We've got a little bit of what we're going to talk about. I do want to talk about because I love to like push the boundaries, right? We're going to talk a little bit about the viruses that are going on and what's going on. Okay. You guys have all, everybody but Rebecca, uh, you guys have all, I've been on for the membership. I'm starting a channel. I've been on for the memberships, did live for the membership. We're going to be reading this afternoon. We're going to be reading. I've got one. Perfect. Tell me what's going on. Anyway, for the people that are members, the revolutionaries, that's what we call ourselves. We're reading or I'm reading a book to you guys, so we're going to be doing that in a couple of hours. Okay. It's been a good start, but definitely feeling this Mars retrograde. Yeah, I definitely felt it. Like not just physically, but emotionally too. It's like COVID, but not. Yeah. Oh, Rebecca, are you saying that you have one of the viruses? Is that what you're saying? So I thought you were saying you had a story. Sorry. So I'm going to tell you guys what I know. Yeah, I have one of the. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys what I know. I am not a doctor. I only play one on TV. I'm so sorry, Rebecca, that you're having to deal with that. So I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm going to tell you my best practices, okay, to get you through this, to get us all. Remember, I'd said, well, to my members, they know, but to you guys, I'm letting you know what I know. I will let you know. There's no more fear about saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing. There's no more fear about that, okay? We've grown from that. I told you guys, if you've been watching me, and all of you that are here have, that we were going to come to this time in 2025. I've been telling you guys this for a couple of years now, right? So guess what? We're here, but y'all know, y'all already know. So whatever I know, whatever I can gather, whatever research, data, whatever you want to call it, to get us through this, there's no more fear. Okay. So I talked a little bit about this on my membership. And if you want to do my membership, there should be a button there. This is where we can get really in depth about stuff. This is where I can really tell you stuff. So, um, anyway, I'm so sorry, Rebecca. Are you so? How do I say this? Can you tell me a little bit about your symptoms? No fear zone. Exactly. We're the revolutionaries. There's no fear. We've got each other. And then we've got other groups that are going to continue to be separate groups, but still want to like join and collaborate every once in a while with us, right? Because we're on the same wavelength. I told you guys with Pluto going into Aquarius, we're Pluto in Aquarius is one of the things that's going to teach us is how to work in groups with humanity and still keep our anonymity, right? We saw that when I said, uh, the things that were going on in the Appalachian and all of that. And we saw people with different, or even the election, people with different backgrounds, different belief systems, different understanding, all came together, right? And worked as a group. That's what Aquarius, one of the things of Pluto and Aquarius is going to teach us, right? So it started with sharp headache, light sensitivity, was brewing for a while with sore, restricted feeling in my throat. But honestly, I didn't think anything would come of it. Alejandra, hi, happy New Year. So can you get a hold? So the nose started pouring, sinuses burning, body aching, temperatures, loss of appetite, very tight. Yeah. So, Wendy also has that too, and I've been working with her because she got it that night that I was reading the book. She came home, she was like starting to have chills and shake and all kinds of stuff. So, oh no, speedy recovery, Rebecca. No, I had some feeling of sickness and nausea, but haven't been sick. My friends all have had, yeah. So the nausea, the diarrhea, I'm going to talk about that. So, uh, mm, had fever too, and my boyfriend was totally knocked out for a few days, all during Christmas. Okay. Um, yeah. So, have you been tested for neurovirus or any of the viruses? Just to kind of give you an indication of what it is, because we have. I'll let you answer that because sorry to hear that, Dot. I hope you're feeling better. I know. Let me just say what's going on right now, okay? Let me just start there because I'm listening to you and I'm like, oh, I've got so many things to help support what's going on. I've got things to help support what's going on. Let me not like get scatterbrained. So right now we have norovirus really kicking in. We got, of course, we've got COVID. We've got um H, is it HMPV? So we've got pneumonia, so a viral pneumonia going on. Sorry, everyone is getting sick. Yeah, we tested negative for COVID, but I thought it was some weird flu. Yeah, he probably had norovirus as well with the tummy issues, right? So, and you also could have a mixture too. So that's what's going on. This is what I was saying about when you guys a couple of years ago were asking me like, are we gonna have another, you know what? And I was like, it's gonna be different and it's gonna be weird. So here's the deal. Um, we've got norovirus, we've got HMPV, we've got the flu, and we've got COVID. You have all four of those going out right now, right? And so, without going into too much detail about how viruses can work, again, I am not a doctor. I just played one on TV. Okay. Take what I say with a grain of salt. All right. But those of you that know my background, just take what I say. Okay. If you're in my membership, I don't have to talk in code. Okay, we can say what we need to say. Okay, so if you're having the vomiting, the diarrhea, the tummy issues, the abdominal pain, cramping, stuff like that, we're talking norovirus. Now, with the norovirus, uh, it can be it is so contagious. It's really contagious. So if you have somebody in the house, unless you're hazmated up, it's probably going to run through your house. Okay, because all you need is 100 particles or less, viral particles, to be able to make you sick. In some cases, I've seen. I mean, in some cases, there have been where it's 10 particles or less. Okay, so the way that it's different than COVID is that you can't just use alcohol, right? So alcohol is not going to cure norovirus, right? Alcohol won't kill norovirus. Bleach kills norovirus, right? So, and norovirus is not just on surfaces, but it's on food as well. So people that have it, that are preparing food, can give it to you once you've ingested, right? So you have to be very, very careful. I'm not wanting you to be in fear. I'm giving you this information so that you know. The more we know, the better it is, right? So, in where you can use alcohol with COVID, you have to use bleach with neurovirus, okay? So, it's really important that you start doing your surfaces or handles or whatever, not just with the alcohol, but with the bleach, right? Yeah, hi Polly. Happy New Year. So I'm just discussing the differences. We want to because it can stay on food and surfaces, okay? And it's extremely contagious, right? There is no, for it, and there is no, I guess I could say it. There's no treatment for it, right? So, um, yeah, and it can be contaminated. I mean, your food can get contaminated and the surfaces can get contaminated. And alcohol wipes, the base alcohol stuff it's not gonna work, but it will for COVID, right? So now now you got to just think about, okay, we got two different things. We got surfaces, we've got to like do two different things, right? Does that make sense? Um, you guys already know how to handle COVID. We've already done that. I'm saying stay away from crowds right now for myself. I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm doing for myself. Staying away from big crowds, okay? Not just for the viruses, but for other reasons. But staying away from big crowds and just being very aware of what surfaces I'm touching, um, and making sure that, I'm being very cognizant about what's around me, right? Not very, but just aware. So for me personally, this is personal, right? Yeah. Yeah, but so peroxide may do it, but yeah, but bleach would probably be the best. Like bleach I know does it for neuro. Um, so for me personally, when I have to enter a bigger crowd, I am putting my mask on right now. I wear an N95 mask. I've always worn an N95 mask. I do have the background in the medical field, right? So I wear an N95 mask, but I've been wearing that way before all this started. Um, like when I would go on a plane, I would wear it. And I glove up. And the reason that I glove up, okay, doesn't mean everybody has to glove up. I'm just saying the reason that I glove up, and other people that work in the medical industry can understand this, we're trained when we're gloved up to not put our hands in our face, to not like touch different things, to be very aware of our hands. We're just trained that way because we've done it for so long and we went through training for that stuff and how to take them on and put them off and how to, and if you guys want, I can go over this with you in our membership, how to like safely put them on and then safely take them off, and what you do with them and how to work with them. But I'm already trained. I don't even think about it. If I have gloves on, I will not touch my face. It's just already in me. So that's why I wear gloves, just so that I'm not touching surfaces I don't need to touch, and just so that I'm aware of how I'm putting my hands to my face, because we put our hands to our face constantly and we don't even realize it. Um, I mean, I've had so many people over the years, over the decades, say, I never put my hands to my face. And so I'll watch and I'll show them later how many times in 5 minutes they put their hands to their face, right? So, uh, let's see. I spray peroxide on my. For me, it's when I do my makeup. I literally can't touch my face. Yeah, but we don't even realize that we're doing a lot of it. It's like subconscious. So, for me, that's why I wear the gloves. So, yeah, I'll probably be wearing gloves because I don't want to get either one of those. I don't want to get any of them, right? We all know the symptoms but we're having this HMPV, which is I forgot the name of it, human something pneumonia virus, right? So it's HMPV. So we've got that going on too. So if we're getting the wheezing, because you could have walking pneumonia and not realize it, right? Gosh, I work with the public. I travel on trains to work. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, see, but I'm telling you, so it'll be interesting for some, I guess. For me, I did it way before because of being because of having the background that I had, I was wearing gloves and masks way before anybody even thought about this, like a decade before that, right? Just because I can be a germaphobe and I don't like people like my best my friends and I used to laugh because I would say they would say you'll wear a mask in the airplane. And again, this is way before COVID or any of that. And I'd say, well, yeah, if people would just stop breathing on the plane, I'd be okay. I mean, like that's how I feel. That's how that's how germaphobe I was, right? Funny because I never touch my actual face, but always touching my eyes. Yeah, same thing. So especially in your eye, right? Same dot in London. Gonna bulk order some gloves and masks. Yeah, and doing the gloves, like it'll really Just be aware of touching yourself, be aware of what you're touching, and then you can always alcohol those gloves afterwards, bleach the, not afterwards, like after you touch something, you can always just alcohol them and bleach them, right? So, you want to get sterile, or there's a specific brand I'm used to because of the hospitals and the clinics and the research that I did, that I was part of, right? Or where I worked, whatever. Um, but again, I'm only telling you the stuff. I don't want you to fear. There's no fear, but there's precautions. Like, there are precautions that doctors, nurses, staff, administration take on a daily basis because we're aware of the viruses and the bacteria and the stuff that can be in those places. So it doesn't have to be a big issue. Like, I know everybody made it a big issue, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be afraid. We do these things normally, right? We're just going to have to do them outside for right now. And this doesn't mean forever. This just means for right now, as these four are going rampant, right? And then, so because we've got noro, we've got COVID, we've got HMPV, and we have bird flu coming, right? It's already here. It's just not from human to human. And I explain that in my membership. I explain the difference of why the uptick and what's going on and what we're looking for, what they're looking for. I'm not a part of that anymore, what they're looking for, right? Um, let's see what everybody's saying. Rebecca says, same dot in London, gonna bulk order. That's a very good idea to bulk order gloves and masks. And then, once everybody starts ordering, the prices are gonna go up. So now's probably a good time to do it, right? I've already done it. I always have them anyway, because of when I do herbs. When I do herbs, I'm, um, gloving, right? Let's see. Tina says, haha, hold your breath. Dot says, oh my God, Rebecca, I'm in Brighton, but work in London. Oh, nice. I ordered N95s. Good. Good, Kathy. So, and if you guys want, you guys can find them on Amazon, but you can always look. I'll leave because you know what? I have a thing with Amazon. I never use it, actually. And this brings up another point that I'm going to talk about. I have a link as an associate with Amazon. I've had it for over a decade. A decade was I was one of the first people that got it with Amazon a long, long time ago. So I never use it. But if you want to go through my link, and then if you just click on the link in the description, I'll put it in the description. And then from that point, if you just go through Amazon through there, it will reward me for you guys ordering stuff. So if you guys want to do it that way, I never talk about this, but this is reminding me of this. I was reminded today several times, so I'm going to speak about it, um, of the law of balance and how it works, right? So because I give you this information and there has to be an energy exchange, I want to make sure to give you the opportunity for the energy exchange, right? So, and I'll talk about that a little later. But that reminds me, I will put up like the masks I use or which ones to use. I'm not saying you have to use those exact ones, but you don't even have to do that. If you will click on my link and it'll get you to Amazon, then you can just order whatever you want from there, but it gives me some credit. Okay. So, and again, I'm just bringing this up now. I haven't even thought about that link, but I do get stuff all, I do get like reminders that I have that link. Um, yeah. So Rebecca says, yes, no fear, Cindi, just information. Exactly. It's precious knowledge to adjust our habit to stay healthy during these uh, pest seasons, right? I am going to bulk order from AliExpress. Okay. Cindi, in 1 week, everyone will be talking about the HMPV virus. It is the next lockdown. It's started in China. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. Trust me, I've already made phone calls. Just because I don't work in that industry doesn't mean I don't know that industry or know people in that industry, right? So, yes, that's what I'm saying. We've got HMPV, we've got Noro, we've got COVID, and I told you guys 2025 was going to be different. And I told you guys that COVID, that pandemic, that lockdown was just in preparation. Now, That does not mean that we're going to go back into a lockdown, right? What I'm saying is it was preparation for us. We've learned a lot. We've grown a lot. We've come through our fear. We're not fearing, just good information. And I'm not the only person that has a past in healthcare on with this group. So if you have any advice, let me not say that. If you have any experience that you want to bring to the group to help us not be in fear and navigate through this, please feel free to do that. Okay. So, when I was at doctor's appointment, I go for video visits as much as possible. Yeah. And here's the other thing. So do I, I'm like, I know Kathy's looking at me because we have been discussing this. Do I say it or not? I don't think I'm going to say it yet. I will tell you guys in the membership, but I'm not going to say it out public yet. Anyway, just know that if you lean more toward, how do I say this? If you lean more towards natural remedies or natural ways of doing things, please do not feel bad or get mad or upset at yourself because you have to go Western medicine. Okay? Because that's what Western medicine is for. I've told you guys, Western medicine has its place for emergencies, for things like that. Kathy said I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just going to mention it in the membership. I'm not going to mention it out here yet. But it's getting close. I'll mention it out here soon. Wish it would be UK Amazon. I do have UK Amazon. I have UK Amazon. And I'll put it for both. I think I have three. I'm telling you, I was like one of the first ones and then barely used it. I don't know. I just barely used it. But again, remember, I'm working on my second house worth issue. Right? So 20 states are currently under mask mandates. Really? I didn't know they've already started that. So I am glad that you brought this up. 20 states are currently under mask mandates. I've told my people in membership, all you guys, but those of you that haven't heard this, we had such a big issue with whether you do use masks or not and whether to like have the vaccine or not. And I'm telling you, everybody has their choice, but you please don't let this become, they want to divide us. So no fear, no dividing. Everybody respect their own choices that they make, right? So I don't think, even if it's this is my opinion, even if it's a mask mandate, there are bigger things in our society to be fighting for. If you want to fight and it's making you irritated, fight for the homeless man that's on the streets that can't get a home or assistance because he's a male. Fight for the children that have been trafficked and have been in abusive places and they have no way of protecting themselves. Fight for the women and the other people and the children and the males who have been wronged and abused and have violence. Fight for those things if you want to fight. Okay? Fight for those things. Like, put your energy where it needs to go and not about mask mandates. Because the disinformation or the information, we have used masks and gloves and hazmats for over a century, right? So it works, right? If it doesn't work, then it's probably not an N95. That makes sense? Yay! Rebecca became a member. Yay! Welcome, Rebecca. I'm just saying, put your energy where it needs to go. Okay? Don't worry about the little things. We've already been through all that. We're not doing that again. Okay? Like I said, I am here to help we are all, because there's a lot of smart people in here to help navigate that, right? So I hope you understand that message. I hope that you guys will not look at the wrong thing. Look at the, it's not like it's a wrong thing. It's like put your energy into something else, right? Put your energy somewhere else. Put your energy where it needs to be for this society. Okay? And if any of you have any questions or if you see something and you're like, is this true? Is it not true? Can I bring this to the group? Please bring it to the group. That's how we're going to grow. We have to all understand. We're all going to navigate this together. Okay? So, yay, Rebecca. So, that reminds me this afternoon probably, so it's going to be about 3:33 my time. Probably right after this. I'm reading a book to everyone in our members only place. It's a cute little book. It's a little witchery. Everybody gathers by the fire. We're all listening to me read. And I've told you how I feel about reading to people. When I was very, very ill and couldn't get up out of the bed, my friends would come read to me. So that's a very, like, I do it with love. It's probably a lot more deeper than most people understand, but it's like that's how I give to you. That's how, like, I want to be in that cozy, just learning, just fantasizing into that, whatever book it is, right? Like just opening that part of your brain. We're so much about, we've been so much in Capricorn that it's time for the creativity. Neptune's about to change. We're all like doing this whole thing, right? And I'm going to explain that in another live. I just wanted to explain a couple of things here. Um, but we've got a lot of changes this year, right? It's a nice little escape. Exactly. And just to like be amongst friends like we are and say, oh my God, what's going to happen next? She is really blah, blah, blah. Like it's weird. And what's weird about this book is that I have files on my Amazon. I have files. Is it Amazon? What is it called? Kindle. Sorry. I have files of books that I've already thought about reading to a group. And so when I went to look for when I went to look to see what books I wanted to bring out first, this book appeared. And then when I went back to find it, it wasn't there. So I had to like go get it. And what's really weird is it is exactly what we're all needing to hear. And it's in Oregon where I'm at, and it talks about the places that I'm going. It's just, but it's not just I'm hearing others of you say, that is she talking about me? Is she like, I love that just to be in that space. So it's a beautiful gift from you, Cindy. Thank you. Acute care facilities are notified. Okay. Okay. 5 p.m. my time. Um, Cindy, please make sure I get notified. Don't want to miss it. Love listening to your last read. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I think I'll text you or email you or something and let you guys know. But it's gonna be like right after here. I'm gonna go take a break, eat some lunch, and then it'll be right after. But does anybody have any questions of what I've been talking about? Again, I'm reading the book to us because it's like a good escape. Like she said, it's a good way to like, and when you're at the group, it just makes it all that better, you know? I will catch that on the replay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know that you guys are working and things are happening, but does anybody have any questions about what I was talking about? So just, hey, Catherine, just be aware. Just know that the alcohol is not going to work on neurovirus. Y'all, if you don't already know, China's already had an uptick in um, what Chance was saying, HMPV. So we're dealing with four things. Um, I discussed why bird flu is on the rise and or had an uptick and why we were not. I say we because I'm used to saying we for all those years, but why the researchers, the whatever, healthcare is looking at it. Okay, so Not sure what you're allowed to say, but if you don't anticipate a lockdown, do you think anything else will be put in place? I don't think anything else will be put in place. I think that they're going to try. Let me back that up. I want you guys to remember we are in a very different energy. We are in Pluto Aquarius. We are not in Pluto Capricorn. Pluto Capricorn had to do with the structure, the elite, the climbing the ladder, the I have an MD and an FAC and a blah 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 and a da da da, and so you must listen to me because I have all of that, right? It was about the structure, right? Aquarius is not that. Y'all know Aquarius is, we're not about that. Now, do I have all these things? Because yes, I learned how to work in the system. It's about systems, right? We are in a very different energy. And I'm saying all this to tell you if there is going to be a lockdown, it is because we, the people, have looked at the stuff and said together, yes, for humanity, we want to lock down. Okay, for humanity, we need this taken care of. It's going to be we, the people, not them telling us what to do. Does that make sense? So for me to say no, there's not going to be a lockdown is not appropriate. It's not right. What I'm saying is, if we, the people, humanity, society, decides for the best course of all these things that are happening, we probably should lock down, then we, the people, will have that. Does that make sense? Yeah, I need to catch up on the vids I missed. I was MIA. That's okay, Rebecca. Things happen. I was MIA. Like I told you I was going to take a week off, but I took two because I mean, I haven't even talked about. Actually, let me move this a little bit. I'm sorry. Hold on. I just saw where you guys can't see. No wonder I was looking so big. Y'all are my friends. Why didn't y'all tell me I was looking so big? um, yeah, so I haven't even talked about the Mars retrograde, right? So just know it's not going to be tyrannical. It's not going to be the systems telling us what to do. It's not going to be that. Well, that's Capricorn. Okay. We went through Capricorn and Pluto. We learned what we wanted. We learned what we didn't want, right? And we're still, I told you, Justin Trudeau put in his resignation today to start the process of that, right? I told you. So that tells you we still have remnants of Capricorn, but it ain't going to go Capricorn's way. I've told you. Like we're balanced as far as we were going to balance in Capricorn with Pluto. Now Pluto's in Aquarius, right? I told you if, and I said about the structures, if you do not adjust as a structure, as an organization, as a system, you're gone. Period. Right? So, hi Cindy, hi chat. Happy New Year. Hi Ray. Happy New Year. Um, Pluto, yeah, this Pluto Aqua energy is such a different vibe. Yeah. So just where our focus was like, oh my God, the structure and da 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 da, da and we got it. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't have to do like that anymore. We've already done that. We spent 16 years in that, right? We've decided, we've grown, we understand. Now we're moving into a much better space for we the people. And we don't have to do much. We just have to stick together right now. What I'm getting from our higher selves, from God, the universe, whatever you want to call that, okay, is do not divide. Work on being a group. Work on the humanity part of it, of being human again, of seeing other people as human again, of acting as human again. Work on that. Work on your authenticity, on your belief. Work on that. Work on how you're going to work together as a group and still keep your self identity. That's what we need to be working on, right? And I haven't gotten to do that video that I want to do about the difference between the love energy and the integral energy. So integrity, right? But integrity, I can tell you right now, is way more, I guess y'all would call it higher, lower frequency, higher. Okay. So Um, what else? We've got, so here's some good news. So first of all, let me, before we go, does anybody have any questions or anything about these things that are happening, right? Um, with Mars retrograded in Leo, it was a body, right? So our body can get sick. Our body. David's calling me right now. I don't know why. Anyway, our body, right? So people are getting sick, people that aren't paying attention. The other thing I'm getting from my higher self, if you're supposed to rest, you got to rest. Because if you don't, it's going to knock you out. Okay? The reason that the universe, we'll say Mother Earth, is having us rest is because I know we can all feel it. When it's time to take off, we're going to take off. And that's like, I don't care if there's viruses, I don't care if there's systems, I don't care. Whatever your path is supposed to be is your path. And if you get that feeling like you're going to take off, you're about to take off. So you need to rest. You need to take care of yourself. You need to put those things in place because we're about to hit the next level. And that's where the astrology comes in. And I'll show you guys a little bit of it. But remember in March, I think we were talking about in January and February, right? Where I was saying that the north and the south the nodes were over here, way over here, right? Yeah, feel it coming already. Yeah, exactly. So if you need to rest, allow yourself that space. Give yourself the compassion to do it. Do it. Okay? Because there's going to be a time where you're going to want to rest and you can't because you're so involved and and this isn't like a struggle Capricorn, I got to work so hard. This is like I'm so happy and I'm just doing what I'm doing and it's like a lot, but I'm doing it and I feel fine about it and it's great. But that's going to happen if you've rested. That's going to happen if you've really looked at your body, looked at yourself. Remember, any kind of disease is a dis-ease. There's a contradiction in there. Your body is trying to tell you something. Okay? So, yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. But if nobody has any questions, I'm going to go on to the next thing. And then I'm going to get off. And then I'm going to eat some lunch. And then I'm going to get on with our members. And we're going to read a book. And then I'm going to call David. I don't know why he called me. He must not know I'm on live right now. So what I was saying is remember in probably January, February of 2024, the nodes were over here, or over here, and they were getting ready. The North Node was getting ready to come into Aries, right? And the South Node was getting ready. And I'd said these, you can think of the nodes as portals. We're going into a different vibration, different frequency. It's almost like we're already getting prepared for that because we're so aware, because we have been working on this since last year. We already went through that portal when it came into Aries. We all went through that portal. We all had changes. And how did we know? I said the eclipses are coming, and each of these planets were going through this North Node. And as they moved, their frequency changed, right? For those of you that have never seen me, this is how I see astrology. It's not like everybody else. So, we went through these north nodes. The planets went through the north nodes and they changed vibrations, frequencies because we have change coming. We have like the next level coming, right? And when it went into Aries, it was about who are you? What's your identity? What do you want to be in this life? Who do you want to be here? How do you want to be seen? What do you want? What are your dreams? Right? That was all the nodes moving, right? And that's what we worked on this whole last year. Now the nodes are about to move again into another sign, right? So you guys know the nodes are just points. So they're just activation points. That's why I say it's not a planet, it's not anything, it's an activation point. And think of it as a portal that you're moving through into a different frequency. Okay. So now that we're about to move into Pisces, the nodes, because they go this way, everything goes this way, but they go this way, right? So the nodes are about to, so the north node is about to hit Pisces, go into Pisces, right? And that means we're about to level. I can say how the way that you guys would understand. You're about to level up. So now, so think of it this way. Now that you have worked on who, you don't know all of who you want to be, but you have a good sense of this is who I am. This is who I am in this relationship, in these things, with these people, on this earth, with this life. I have a better understanding, right? So now you're going to move into the next phase, which is Pisces in the North Node. Is now that I know who I am, what do I want to do? And you've already been dreaming and working and looking that up. Like you've already have a, um, you've had these dreams for a long time, right? But now that you know what you know since last year, it's time to like say, oh, do I really want that now that I have this belief system, now that I understand this better, now that that's what these nodes in Pisces is going to be. Now, I'm saying this because do you guys remember in 2015, 2014, 2016 when y'all were all manifesting really, really well? Like y'all were all learning how to manifest, you were learning the word manifest, you were like, and then it would happen like quickly and you were like, whoa, I just did that. Whoa. Like all that was like coming. Hi Karina, how are you? Welcome. Happy New Year. Um, so you guys remember that time where you were learning about it and things were happening and magic was all in the air. I call it magic. Magic was all in the air. You were magic. You were realizing and understanding that you are a powerful being, that you are much more than this body. Like a lot of you were having that. And manifestations were coming easy. And I remember this because so many people wanted me to teach them manifestation and I wouldn't do it because they weren't prepared. For me, from my opinion, right? So because when I teach something, I'm like teaching it on a bigger scale with an open source, which is YouTube, and I'm like that some people aren't responsible enough to understand this yet. Anyway, that was then, right? But I want y'all to get to remember, like when I said I wanted something, it was just come, and it wasn't that hard, and I was really excited, and I understood better, right? As the North Node moves into Pisces, it is here to support what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What are your dreams? Remember, once again, remember, what do you want to do? As the North Node goes into Pisces, now that you know who you want to be or know somewhat or have a better understanding of you and this life and this world and these people and how I'm going to do things and what I want to be, I'm moving into the next phase of what do you want to do now that you know who you are? I know who I am. I know what I need to know about who I am right now. Now it's going to be about what do you want to do with that? And the universe is not against you, Aquarius. It is here to support you. So, as these nodes move into here, you are going to find the energy in the way of manifestation and dreams so much easier, almost like in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Does that make sense to everybody? So, so this is going to go here, right? So Virgo, Pisces, those are going to be the axis that we are going to be dealing with. Those are going to be the next level. You're going to be able to, with Saturn here, really defining what you want to bring down and what you want to do with this life, right? You have been working on that. You didn't realize you'd been working so hard on that, but you have. What do I believe? What is my understanding? How do I bring those things from the ether into my reality, right? This is where Virgo South Node is going to help you take the steps and organize the creation and manifestations that you bring into your reality, right? And it's going to do it with ease because it's a South Node. You're comfortable with this, and you're comfortable with this because you've been working on it with Saturn. That makes sense. Hi, happy 2025. Does that make sense to everybody? Talia, sorry. Um, so this is where the nodes are going. This is the energy that's coming. This is on top of all this. It's this other stuff that's going on. Just wants it's fear based, right? It just wants they want you to be afraid and they want us to be divided. No more. We're not doing that. Okay. I want you guys to focus on your dreams are coming true. And it's not like you're just going to be able to manifest out of it thin air. I'm saying in this North Node Pisces, you are going to be able to manifest from thin air, but there is your understanding of if I take some action and show the universe through my actions, it's not going to be like a hard struggle. It's just going to be an ease. Virgo is Mother Earth, Taurus, Mother Earth, Capricorn, Mother Earth. But Virgo is like organized Mother Earth, works with the elements, understands that, right? That makes sense. So that's what we're going to be moving through these portals where these planets are going to be helping us understand. No, helping support us in the ways that we had been doing it back in 2017, 2015, 2016, and then it sort of stopped because we had to learn who we were. We had to understand, stop working from the structured belief system of what was put on us as children, as babies, as teens, as adults. We do it this way because that's the way it's always been done. We do it this way because that's what my family believes. We do it this way because that's what the religion says. No, we've worked, we've been working through that. So the universe being Mother Earth being here to support us was like, no, y'all got to get clear in your head about what you want, not what other people want you to want, not what systems and organizations and government have wanted you to want, not what family has wanted you to want, not what partners have wanted you to want. It's what you had to understand and believe about what was going on through your eyes, through your perception. And then now that we're clearer, we're moving on to the supporting part of those are actually going to come true. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. I see this, and I'm not going to talk all about it today, but we have the bigger structural, societal planets going into different signs. And it's all about the energy is there to help us with air fire. Take action, get it done. Can it come from thin air? Absolutely. But we'll already know, and it won't be anything for us to like take an action in it to make it appear. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope I'm making sense to everybody. I'll wait for your responses. And I can talk about. I said I'd wait for your responses. Yep, feel it coming already. So Dot says, how will node moving out of Libra affect Libras? Um, so the South node moving out of so your it was in your seventh first, so it's gonna be in your 12th. So the thing right away that I can say about it going into your 12th and being Pisces, if you are connected, here's what I'm getting for Libra. If you're true to yourself, you will be able to manifest like nobody's business. But you have to be true to yourself. I understand that you have the balancing that you have to work through, right? But if you're trying to do something because you think it's the right thing to do, because that's what society has taught you, that's not going to go very well. But if you say, okay, I can compromise, I want to do this, but I also have to think about, my partner or my blah, blah, blah. And so, but maybe I can do it this way. That will definitely come through for you. Okay. You will be more connected to this part of you. You can have things manifest out of nowhere, but you can also self sabotage. Remember that. So it's probably going to want you to be more isolated until you understand what you want to do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It does make sense. The energies are really intense lately. Yeah. And we've got a lot going on. I don't want to confuse everybody and put too much information on you. You guys know I go deep. Can't help it. That's all I know how to do is just get to the nitty gritty. So I just wanted to like come on, get y'all a little bit focused. Just know I'll be talking about the eclipses more. So we already had the Mars Pluto opposition. You know, we can talk about that later. I really don't like it affected me a lot, but it was me having to put my foot down, making a different decision than I usually make, you know, and for that reason, it's cleared now. I'm in a great space. And for my members, you kind of, I told y'all the story, you guys gotta know. But because of you guys, and that reminds me of what I wanted to talk about next, and that is the law of balance. Now, here's the thing. If you were going, your belief system, your understanding, your perception, sorry, Polly says, I guess it's hitting my Taurus Aquarius self more so. Yeah. So if your belief system is, because I hear a lot of people say this just flippantly or off the cuff, maybe, um, they're like, well, karma's going to get you. Or I believe, like you're saying you believe in karma. Okay. Right. So that's the next thing I want to talk about. If you're saying that you believe in karma and understand karma, right, and believe in karma, then you have to know about the other rules of the universe. You have to know about the other laws of the universe, right? It's not for everybody. It's just saying that that's your understanding, your belief system. You're only getting half of the story for the karmic story. Okay. You're welcome, Dot. So if your understanding is about karma and you're understanding more and you've delved into it and you're like, yeah, I believe that and I've seen it. And what I know to be true is that we used to have karma. This is when I was little. Karma was you could have something happen and then the karmic stuff would come in another life or another two lives or whatever. Instant karma is new to this life. Instant karma, right? That wasn't even a word back in the day, but we were seeing it over and over, and we're seeing it as instant karma, and that's because we're getting off of the karmic wheel. That's a whole other video that I have not talked about. I think I talked about it back in the day on my Your Indigo Path, but I'm saying this to say there is what's called the law of balance. Okay, and this, if you're believing in the karmic system belief, right? Then you have to know about the law of balance too, because that's connected to the karmic one. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's come up several times today. Um, so I just want to like educate you. I just want you to understand the law of balance. So you have to know that when you're in front of somebody or when you're even doing YouTube stuff or whatever, there has to be an energy exchange, right? There is an energy exchange. Okay. This is if your belief is on the karma, right? Um, so you have to know that there is the law of balance, which means if you're one who gives all the time and gives all the time, like it, because of my belief system, this is my understanding of it. This is my belief system. Because of my belief system, and I probably a lot of people have not talked about this. Because of my belief system, I see um, tarot readers or astrology readers or spiritual advisors or mediums all over social media, several different social medias. And they'll say, you get that one that says, I would never. Now, and they're puffing up their chest when they say this. I would never charge for a reading. I would never charge you. It's always free. It's always blah, blah, blah. And that's okay. But you have to understand that there is a law of balance. There has to be an energy exchange. That's just the way this world works, right? And I'm not saying they're wrong for doing it. I'm saying they're wrong for looking down at other people for doing it. We unfortunately have a system. That's not unfortunate, but it's fortunate. We have a system. It's the law of energy. And let me tell you, if you're one of these that's like, I would never, and look down at other people that do, you're not understanding what you're talking about. You need to, like, my suggestion is go back and study some more and then come out here. Okay? Because if you're the giver and you're always giving and your energy and you're giving and you're giving and you're giving, then you're going to have things like you get sick, you're unmotivated, things become a big struggle. Your frequency is that frequency, low frequency, because you're giving, right? And there's not an exchange. You're just like giving, right? But let me tell you this too: if you're the receiver, so when you give and somebody's receiving, that's a bond, that's a contract, that's a bind. It's a binding thing. Whether we see it or not, whether we sign it or not, you're signing it by doing it, right? And so you as the receiver working in the system, working with karma, right? Working with the laws of the universe, because that's just what they are, the laws of the universe. You're going to be as the receiver, you have said, yes, I want to be binded in this contract, right? So you have to understand that. I don't think a lot of people understand this. When you have the energy exchange, there has to be an energy exchange. Okay. And you're the receiver and you're not giving back, you're going to, now you're in debt and you will constantly be giving your energy to that binding or any binding until that debt is paid. Yes, you need an even exchange for the things for it to, because it's going to balance. Okay. So do you understand what I'm saying about these people that come in with their chest all puffed talking about, I would never charge? Okay, that's your belief system, but I'm telling you the way that this world, these laws on earth in this dimension work, it will balance out. So please be aware of that. I just want to educate people, right? There has to be an energy exchange. Otherwise, the consequences for both parties, for the giver and the receiver, cannot go very well for either both of y'all. Okay, either one of y'all. So, like, I've already said in my contract with you guys, if you, as you're like giving me coffee, as you're liking, as you're sharing, all that is an energy exchange for me and it's balanced for me, right? As you're coming to my readings, as you're help supporting me so that I can pay my bills, like all of that is an energy exchange. And that's why I give freely in my YouTube channel, but we have memberships, right? So there's an energy exchange. It's always an energy exchange. I am very aware of that, but I just realized because it's come up several times today that a lot of people don't have that understanding, right? Like they understood about the karma, but then it stopped there. And this is a karmic thing. So please be aware of that. Please understand that. And yeah, that was all I wanted to say about that. Even energy exchange. Yeah. Does everybody understand? What else? I've got like I've got so many things to talk about with these with the 2025 year it through astrology. But I'm not going to do that today. Okay? Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any comments they want to make? Anybody want to tell us about what's been going on with them before I get off? Because because I do have to go eat some lunch before I get back on. And I gotta go like put some honey in my throat to make sure that when I'm talking to you guys, it's a smooth voice. I'm kidding. I don't really do that often, but I just naturally have this voice. Anybody, anybody have any questions about what I just said? And again, I'm bringing it up because it's been brought up like 3 times today. It's been put in my face. Hey, Chrissy, happy 2025. So, also, I say that to say if y'all can share this out. Hi, Tiffany, how are you? So, if y'all can share this out, if y'all can like this, I will put the links to my Amazon. I think it's called the Associates Program. I'm telling you, I've had it for a long time. Um, and that's why I had mentioned that before because I'm like, oh, I do have a way for them to like have the energy exchange, but I didn't even ring it out. So, like, I'm trying to do my part too, right? I got butterflies in my stomach yesterday. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's good or not with everything going around right now. Um, but I'll put the link to the UK one and to the American Amazon link. And even if you don't buy any of the stuff I say, just going through that link gives me credit for stuff. Okay. Affiliate and let's sell candy, right? Affiliate. I'm making dinner right now so I can sit and listen to the story. Yay. Well, thank you guys for showing up and coming in. I will be doing my lives earlier. I don't know that I'll be doing Monday through Friday because I'm trying to like finish the Pluto series and some other stuff, and I've got to see clients too. So I will be doing it earlier now. My goal is noon, but that doesn't mean anything. It means as much as I can, but I'm not going to go overboard, right? So Chrissy says it's a good thing. That's how I know things are changing for the better. Yeah. Enjoy the book reading. Yeah, Dot. I can't. You'll see it on replay because you remember. So for those of you that have just came in, I have a membership, and right now we're reading a book. I'm reading to you guys. It's really cool. Um, but and that's where we can really, really talk. So it's $5 a month. It's an energy exchange, right? And there's a lot of cool stuff that we'll be doing on there. It's like I can say more on there than I can say here. So that's kind of why I did it too. But right now we're reading a book. And I'm gonna do some mediumship on there too for you guys. I actually wanted to do I'll tell you guys in the membership. Anyway, thanks, Ray. Thanks everybody for coming in. I really appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.